now look with a microscope on the... So let's see, this is not in the way, right? So trying to put the mic in a good place too. So these soldering points here, they're kind of needs to be switched. So let's see if I can find the right place here. First of all, let's zoom a bit. Yeah, so we're far on the wrong place here. So let's zoom here. Yeah, that's nice. We can even do this. So we're just going to move them, and since these are kind of like, well, that's the wrong ones. These are the ones. There. Yeah, and the other one broke. So let's start with the easy one here. So I have one of these two, which I use most of the time, but sometimes you want the water one too, you know, and also the cable for the soldering. Oh my, oh yeah, and this is old, so it gets a bit warm here. So it's, I don't know what it is, but it's this bit is 385 degrees. Ouch. Well, I shouldn't have started so early, but I didn't expect it to not work here, stuff, you know. So let's just so the other side here is much more complicated because I had to like bend it into the hole and, you know, do stuff to make it stick. So these are a bit messy too, but they're much easier. And I remember this solder was really bad. It didn't really flow. But you can see that, like, right? So let's just, come on. So I might have to, there. So this is odd. Now we put plus and minus and minus and plus. Oh gosh. I feel like my fingers are giant. And there's this pin, you know, and this is tinier than it looks. Come on, I want you to flow better there. Thank you. And the other one. How can I do this without being in the way of the camera? Yeah, like this. And it's already black. Oh my god. If I change the angle of that, I will get more. Well, I would just like skip the camera now if I didn't use it myself to see. Oh gosh. Yeah, so maybe I should like put my hair up when I do this. This kind of thing. So blurry. There. So so things on top of the soldering. So this is what apparently was on top of my soldering station. That's very nice. And I also have this here that's just fallen out of this thing that we should fix. I think it's something else. Well, let's go microscope on it. Let's see if something broke here too. Later. Let's do the other side too. So first of all, I'm just not sure if I actually did this right now. So I'm like going to the stream. I'm going to check. We'll see what it looked like before. Did I solder them on the same side? That would be like so bad. So I need to check this here, right? Well, since I had the stream up, because I tested it before, let's see if we hop this over here. And now I will be able to draw on the sides here with this. Let's do that. The preview. Oh, that's blurry. Hello, 4 people. I was going to actually just, if I click here and then I click video, so now I can go back a tiny bit in the stream. Here. So, well, I'd say that this is a kind of like standard. Yeah. That's what I thought. I thought that, yeah, no, that's when I put it back. Okay, then it wasn't already. Yeah, okay, so I did it correctly. Yeah, oh good, because it was turquoise here and black there. Okay. So, let's go back to desk. So, so let's turn this a bit, and I'm going to have to do something with this cable because apparently I did something stupid here and I lifted it in it, and I broke one of the cables off. That's you know, stuff that happens with these tiny ones. Maybe it's not broken. Yeah, it's mostly bad. And I got stuck in the pad there. Yeah, I think I'll have to use a knife because it's so tiny. So first of all, let's just cut it off. So this tiny thing is kind of huge here. So let's get a bit more space. Let's actually loosen this one. So they're equal length. And let's see if we can get rid of the there. That's when it's good to have the water on, right? Oh. Yeah, so yesterday I was like cleaning and stuff after getting home, and I think I should have continued a bit in this room too. Not just dumping everything on the desk and then streaming the next day. There, good, great tea. It's like rhubarb vanilla, and I usually don't like sweet things, but this one was actually good. So let's see. So you have a tiny thing there. I don't want to use any like cutters, automatic stuff on these tiny ones, you know. Come on. Yeah. I think this knife is starting to get not that sharp. Yeah, I can feel it there and there and there. Now I think it should go up. Come off there. So let's see. Do we have enough metal here? Yeah, that's enough solder, right? So I'm like, this is not totally symmetric, right? And I don't remember which one was which, so I'm cheating again, which is nice that you can, right? So let's go to the history. Doesn't it have the same as Firefox? Chrome, you should be as good as Firefox. Come on. Oh well. I'll just make a new tab here. It's just so slow. I'm just going to open up again here to confirm that I did the right thing. Well, this is like the first time I've done this, but this is great. And you can just go back and see what you did. Right. Yeah, so before this. A bit before this. Here. Yeah, so the white one was on the, well, front one. So now we're going to put the red one on the front one. Okay? Red to the front. Good. Oh, that's long hops. Yeah. Red to the front one, closing it, because I'm not redoing that again. Redoing it the third time. It's like the USB, you know? Turning it and turning it and turning it, and then suddenly fits. Let's just put this one in here. Come on. So I should fix the blurriness here first, because I can't see much. And let's actually microscope full screen this. So I might put some more solder here. Oh, it's not really twisted as I wanted it. You know, I did the motions, but not for long enough. Well, I can't see if it's twisted or not. These are like hairs. Though these are huge compared to the tiny SMD soldering kit that we might play with. We'll see. So now let's I have to angle this so that I don't touch the pin there, which is kind of annoying. So come on now. Yeah, so maybe a bit more solder here. Gosh, this is so annoying. And the heat is traveling up the wire there too much. Come on. Oh my god. I feel like a noob. Come on. Now we need more solder. So let's see which sword this is. Where's the start? There. So let's just, because when I did this first time, I didn't actually do it this way. Did actually do it this way. I just put the wire there with the holder thingy. So, and also that this goes up and down. That's annoying too with this one. And I'll show you what else is annoying in a bit. So come on here. Now we want you to go down into that a bit more. Yeah, so this is annoying. Having to redo stuff. And it's becoming worse. And this doesn't flow, you know, so good. So I think I'll just push it with this. Come on. Yeah, thought so. And if I push here, push down, it will go up. So what if I try and hold it with these? It's actually still stuck there. And it moves such a tiny bit, but it's too much. And this just keeps moving. Now I've got enough of this. Now it will be stuck. So I don't have to hold the board and this. Oh my god, so annoying. At least the cable has solder on it now, so it's not as flimsy. But also all the solder went up there and it's not down here anymore. So yeah, so the reason I used the other thing first time, this is horrible. I'm like, I can't really see, you know, and it's there. Now we have more solder. So this was the same horrible solder that I used last time. And oh, maybe it's not, because that went better. But we had the problem with the
Riker86 says, what are we making today?
Yeah, so this is a tiny self-driving mini car that's supposed to follow this line. So we'll see if it can do it after it's finished. I think there might have been some problems with it. And also these tiny bits of tape here. It's supposed to just be stuck from this. And as you could see, that was actually on there. Yeah. So it's supposed to go this way, of course, because of the, you know. So it's supposed to be stuck like this. Very trustworthy. So we have the other side too. So it fell off by itself. I didn't have to remove it, which is not a good thing. I would have preferred to have to go and get more tape than it falling off. Oh, no bad words here, but do you notice what I noticed? I'm trying to get that to unstick. So it actually fell off on the other side. And it's probably from all the rotation and these cables being so thin. So maybe I should just go and get some real ones, you know. And why couldn't they have throw holes here? Why? We could have a bit ordinary cables instead of these thin ones. So this one just tore off. It's not like the soldering didn't. It's been going back and forth too many times there when I rotated it. Yeah, so this is like it. Yeah, but it's not connection problem. The problem is that the cable has been like back and forth like 3, 4, 5 times, and then it just tore off because it's so thin. It's like very thin. So if we go microscope on this here, you can see that it's just off. And also this plastic burnt a bit, so it wasn't very pretty. So if I want to redo this, I'll have to cut quite a bit of this and go through the hole and like hook it in there. Or we'll just solder it to the blob of solder there. Because it was hard to get these to stick there. We can just do an ugly. Let's do it ugly. Well, let's just cut off the black bit now. I so want to. I'm really close to changing to normal cables, you know. It's not like this is tiny electronics, you know. You could have normal. It's just cheap. Yeah, the other one fell off too. So now we're switching cables. So let's go back here, and I'm going to remove these, and we're going to get some more sturdy stuff here. So bye bye cables. There. So who remembers what direction they were in? Yeah, so the white one was on top, right? So in this case it's kind of nice to have the video of it all, so I don't have to do it all again. So I'll actually get my Firefox up on my right screen. And let's go to my own stream. So we have it there and we can see it all. Now you can watch with me here. Well, let's just go to Fixed 42 and videos. Yeah, I guess this should be like a typical after vacation stream, right? Let's just mute the tab. No, we don't want to hear the music, but we want to hear the music, right? Sid, if you're still here, you should listen to the stream music. It's AI. It's actually amazingly good. It's the only one that really was okay of the choice I made. Yeah. So if we go back a tiny bit here. Yeah, so I did this like
Flux should help create a better connection. Kitty says.
Always use the right perfect amount of flux. A lot.
Yeah, so it wasn't a flux problem. And this solder is just... So I have leaded solder now. No, unleaded solder. And this is definitely not the leaded one. Which I guess is good for the environment, you know? So let's just hop around here a bit. So first of all, oh my goodness. So first of all, this is the first side. Where is it? Yeah, so I yeah, that's when I redid these. Oh my god, I've been doing this so long for this tiny thing. And it's just these horrible wires. I should have just never used the wires that came with the kit. Should have never used them. So, I'm just going to draw and I'll post it here. So, I have it written down. Let's see, a pen. There. So, the white was down, so that's actually what we want now. So let's draw the board like this. Well, that's horribly ugly. And we have let's go back again, because I didn't really have I wasn't fast enough for myself here. Come on. White was there, right? That's where we just started, with the wire being off. And there it's still attached on the other side, but I'm like rotating it a bit, so that's why it fell off. And that's when we started with this side. So yeah. Oh my god, I'm just trying to pause it. Why does it hop down when I press space? Can't your space always be pause and play in Twitch, please, Twitch? So we have here, this was white originally, and this was red. And that means if we look at the, so I'm just drawing it. So here, I'm just drawing it like this. If I hold it like this was what color? Let's go back almost to now time. I spent so many minutes on this. So when I realized it was not attached anymore, was just the last few bits here. So after I finished that, so what was it that quick? 10 seconds? Oh, that's when I removed it. Okay. So yeah, here we can see. Now it paused it. So this side, we had white on top. So that should be red. And the bottom should be white. Because I had it switched, right? That's how it was. But I want the colors to be correct on the board, right? That will make them correct here too. Like, you know, it's a motor anyway. It's not like it has a. You can go back and forth. So there we can see the full thing here. The wheel is on this side, and then if we play it, the white cable was attached on top, right? So I'm not doing the same thing again, mixing them up and having to redo it. So one side is finished, right? So here we know how this and this is supposed to be connected because I have made notes on it. So this one goes here and this one goes here, right? So if we draw the other one here too, it looks kind of like it's a spot there. It has a bigger bit, and there's a wheel behind on this side here. This is the wheels. Very, very beautiful drawing. So let's see if this will just pull off. Yeah, so it's not very good tape. And then we have this direction, and since instead of the button that didn't work, I put a alright, it's not there now. I borrowed it from somewhere. I'm like thinking, what could I use? Could I use one of the no. Right, now I know what I used. One of the jumpers from here. That's what we used. So I just stole this jumper. So I have a whole bag somewhere in the wardrobe with jumpers. So I'll just get another one later. So or we'll just put a button here. So this one will fall off sometime, but actually let's attach it here to the very good tape again, and so we can see if it moves as it's supposed to. Now let's put the jumper, I don't remember which is on, but apparently I was right the first try, and it goes forward now when we fixed it. So let's imagine it following a line here. There are two LEDs on the bottom side, and only one is on, and this is what I think is the second problem of this, you know. So I think I managed to get it not to. We have the cable on top there. Yeah, so did you see it? It actually, this makes this, so this bit works. If I block this turns off. If I block this one, it doesn't have any light to start with, you know? So this one should probably be off right now, and this is why we need to really understand the circuit, right? But let's first fix the motors with cables that won't fall off. So let's move the jumper to the other side. So we have it there still. So we really should fix this bit first. I was just thinking that if we have the motors here, you know, it would be like easier to, and this is just lying around now, so let's put it on the other side. So it's at least attached somewhat where it's supposed to be. So let's just push it down a bit there. Actually, this will just fall off because it wasn't very anyway, they're like protected now, right? This thing, it's still attached, it's working. We could just ignore it for now and just fix this cable. Maybe that's the thing to do. So we had the red and white. That's why I did it like this. I did like minus for the black one here and plus for the red one here, you know, and the green had to be plus. Oh my. So now the question is, should we attach the other motor with a good wire, or should we try and see if this LED is just broken? So we did have some. So this was from fixing a keyboard actually. So it used this power size, and we didn't have a cable, so. But now we order one when we got it working. So power, easiest way. I was thinking, could I use what I already had lying around, you know? So we could just attach these or those. Since these had to be put a bit up, first of all, confirming which one didn't light up. It's this one there. So let's see if we can get power to this one. So we need power for this one. And my goodness, I like that I have the microscope because I can see what the minus is. So let's see if we can get power to this one. Hopefully not short them. And with the motor still attached. Right. So I can actually reach the ends here. So let's see. That's the side where it's the connectors are. So apparently this didn't help much. Yeah, let's do this manually. Just for the lead. Well, this is a unique battery. So I think we need to bring out the, yeah. Multimeter time. Let's guess that this has a lead testing. So all the modes here. It's currently on own meeting, and then I click the blue button, right, and it beeps. And I think it's also, it might it give enough power to light a LED. We don't know if it works, and it's still attached to the circuit too. Yeah, let's skip this thing now. So we need a power source. So now we have, did I like touch them behind? Yeah, probably. So let's compare with this one. That's the wrong Y. And then we have, yeah, so this won't work. We need real. Right, I have a tiny power supply here too. I have this thing. Then we need power. I have an extension cord here somewhere. That was packed recently. My Kelly laptop in the backpack on the floor. Very nice now. So where is the extension cord? I think maybe the moon one is good enough. It was right here. Well, I have several of these, you know. So let's just untie this thing. It's just extremely short cord on this. That's why. So we need something on the desk. Yeah. So let's see what this is set to. So 3. 1.5 plus 1.5. So like 3. And I'm like, right. So we need this still. Because I had this stuff attached here, but it's kind of fallen out. Where would it be now? I don't know. Yeah, so the other day we played around with this tiny oscilloscope too. So Yeah, and they sing tiny signal generator thingy too. So let's first of all see here if there's any text that I'm missing. So P2. Right, we could also just like check some manual for this one. So this would probably be what it is, right? So let's, since the phone speaks Chinese, right? If we're lucky and my phone camera can zoom into this and realize that this is text and realize that I want this translated. So the bad part with my phone is that it's not totally new. So I did take an image of it, but it doesn't say like, hello there. I would like to translate this. Can Google Translate do images? How do you usually translate images? Because I usually just hope my phone understands that it's text, like it did with this. So that's not very fun to see, is it? We have 3 volts here. We can just measure where it is. I was just thinking, like, it would be nice when there's a list here. I would like to read it. I want to know what it says. I want to know. You know? I get greedy for knowledge. I want to know the Chinese here. So, I'm thinking we can pop these in there. But first we need to measure. So we put them in the right place. So it's set to measure. So let's just put it into 1 here. And let's measure to the next one. So yeah, so wherever I touch I should have connection. So touching on the pins, it's like right, you can see, right? We could also do it this way, but they're not really long enough. Well, they are. So from the first to the second is really nothing. 0.25. So there we have -3. So 3 volts. So first is plus, second is minus. Let's compare the other. What are the other ones? 2.5. Oh. Okay. So this is not. It's probably. Now I really needed to know. I need to know the Chinese. Because I can see it goes from 0 to 3 to 0 to 3 to 0 to 3. Yeah. So, should we put the oscilloscope on this one? Also, what does the say there? So why does the Chinese text? I think there's a manual for this, right? So, but at least we know we have, if we put plus here and minus here, we should have 3 volts out, and that's what we want. So 3 plus 3 volts. So let's just plug them in here. And we need a screwdriver. Then we'll need to experiment with this one later too. So let's see, is this, no, it doesn't fit at all. Yeah, this is good. So it's not perfect though. I think it's good enough. It's like it didn't fit exactly the screwdriver, so I couldn't tighten it. Yeah, so they're kind of stuck there now. So a quick test of these. We double check the power. We should have 3 volts here, right? But since these are LEDs, I'm going to the lowest it can do, right? We don't want to like say bye to them. Though I kind of already did that, did I? But it was already, you know, not working. So I was just let's see. Let's test this again to see. Right. So without batteries, no action. So right, I remember it was very hard to put the batteries in this holder. There, so no damage to the working LED. I did the same thing to both. There. So let's see now. Well, the working LED, oh my goodness. So first of all, where is there? And this is what annoyed me when I was soldering. So it's hardly visible. I'm just increasing it a tiny bit to see if we can. There. Now we have light from this one. There. So if I now switch over to this LED. Haha, yeah, so it's the same ground there. So if I put this one here, if this had been working, you know, it would have lit up. And this is just a normal LED, so let's just replace it. It's not like I don't have any LEDs, right? So we have other stuff to play with too. These are actually other car things. And there we have a LED box. So just a few LEDs. Let's see what we. I don't know why they had clear red LEDs underneath and colored ones on the other side. So Why is this one not closed? Well, so we might just use, so here is a clear one. Let's see. It's green. So this one is green. So then I'm going to put it in the green box there of this thing here. There. And then we have lots of other LEDs. Now there are some clear ones. Here we have just lots of reds. Are there any clear ones in this bag? Ooh. Green. Yeah, let's keep that one up. This is just leading light. I think these are kits. So let's see here, more of those. Oh, yeah, these are clear, but they are also like, what does it matter what color it is? Let's just see if we can find two what looks the same, right? And of course they should also have the same intensity of light at the same so these are actually tiny LEDs, right? So well, let's just look at this bag too. I don't know why it's the green one. So I'm kind of thinking the other side, they were just going for like this side and that side, so you know where to put them. But couldn't they have done four of the same? We could just skip these LEDs too, you know. But we have cut the legs, and these needs to be up a bit because you can only solder on this side of the board. You can only solder underneath them, which is annoying, but that's how it is. So I'm thinking we need to replace both. And this seems to be like a bag of red ones that are probably bought at the same time, you know? Oh my god, these legs are so, like, ugly. Dirty? Well, you know. Let's try these. So I'm just, so is it like the right size? It's the right size. And then this, as always, let's see here. Here you can see the flat bit with a short leg on the minus side. So then we connect minus to this leg, and then we connect plus to this leg. And if it is similar to the other LED there, if I go lower in voltage it will die. Yeah, so it turns on at the same voltage, and that's good enough for me, right? So we could just start with just doing this side. replacing this one and see if that's good enough. And if it won't work, we can replace both. Maybe we'll just replace both anyway, but we can just put this one there first. So we have another one here anyway ready. Big box of leads. We just sorted components a bit ago here. Getting some order in my electronic stuff. So we have to play a lot with all the sensors I have and stuff too. That's more fun than this really. So actually the most fun part of this is debugging the problems, right? As always. So if we go down here, let's it drops at. So we can see the light at 1.56. 1.4 is just off. 148, it's the tiniest light there. But I don't think it's also on the camera. 56, it's kind of bright, it's not full light yet. And then 60, here we're getting to something. So let's compare it to the other LED again. So we have am I like not seeing correctly? There? Yeah. So why did my memory tell me it was the other way around? So if we go up now, the tiniest, so this one is actually slower to light up. It needs more power. Yeah. But this is also connected to the circuit. Let's just replace one of them first. And this doesn't have a power button, so that's why I have this power button. So I'll just get some juice. I'm getting thirsty. It's kind of warm in here. Especially with the soldering iron being on 386 degrees for hours now, right? I should really turn it off. Because... why? We're going to solder really soon, but the handle will be so crazy hot, so I will need to turn it off a bit. So turn this, put this one. Well, if this one will fall off by itself, I won't be really careful with it. But if it falls off, it falls off. That's my plan now. So we need to solder on the other side because this one doesn't have any soldering pads. So we can't do it on this side. Cheap AliExpress kit. So I'm thinking we'll keep track of this somehow here. So maybe I'll even use the double one here. So hold this thing. Oh yes, it's magnetic, you know, the motor. So let's see, like this. If it would lie flat, I would just have it on the table, but it won't anymore, so unfortunately. So let's see, where have I got let's actually switch places here. So now it's actually straight, this thing here. Can't see what I'm looking at. It's actually the exact right spot, right? Actually, we need a bit of an angle there. So I will probably need to use my eyes for this instead. Right, I have also an oscilloscope too that we need to play with. I might need to pull apart one of the rotors are here. See what happens. So it's still, yeah, I didn't turn light on. I was like, why is it so dark? So this is not helpful, but I'm thinking maybe. Nah. So let's just remove this side. Let's just have this side. And then we get a bit of an angle. I can actually bend this too, right? So we don't need... It's not pretty. You can see how ugly it is now. Anyway. T. Shaking the heat of the soldering. Yeah, so I can hold it. It's not that I can't hold it. It's okay. So let's turn it on. 160 degrees, and this is an old one. I've got it since I was a kid. 200 degrees. 220 degrees. I should probably get a new one, but it works, you know. I'm not in that kind of hurry. I can't just, or have it on all the time, but yeah, I shouldn't have turned off, I guess. The handle will still be hot. So now we can full screen. I mostly did this for my sake now, so I can see better. So the button was dead on one of the LEDs of the kit. So if I didn't have stuff myself, and I didn't have a clear red one, at least not that I found easily. By the way, let's just poke at this. Is this like... yeah. Yeah, so it's not gooey or anything, it's just... Yeah, so we're at 385, probably been for a bit. So... oh, I'm sorry. So, let's see. How warm will a lead get? Can I just pull it out? That's the question. Well, that would be easier just to pull it out, but I don't want to burn my fingers. So let's just cheat and get something and just heat both of these up and bye-bye. There. So I'm just looking for my suction thingy. Shouldn't it be here? Right, there it is. It wasn't wrong, the soldering stuff, it was by the screwdrivers. behind them all, actually. Well, I don't need glasses, do I? Let's see here. No. So, last time we just bent it a bit. First of all, this is the flat side with the short leg, so minus, meaning to the right side here. So this is right here because the camera is, you know, you want to see yourself mirrored or it will look very odd. So I'm doing this kind of thing when I pull it in, so it will like stop automatically here. So since it's not going all the way down, I want it to stop automatically. So it's like stuck and hard to pull through. So let's use those spots on the legs that kind of catch it there. So it kind of stops by itself here. So let's see if you can see better. You see those like dots on the legs here. If I pull it up a bit, there's an automatic stop there. And now I'm just going to bend the legs out to the sides here. So now it's actually stuck here. I can just try and move it and it won't move. So now we can solder here without having a mess. Let's actually increase the angle of this a bit. So I'm holding the board so I can reach with both the soldering iron and the solder. And when I'm soldering, I should really do something about the hair, right? So, out of the way. So, let's just do this. And first of all, let's see if we can see it this way and go for microscope. And I can see it the other angle, but I can see it much better here. So I'm starting with the one here. So the problem we've had with this solder is that it doesn't flow really. If I pull my soldering iron away too fast, it will just get all the solder on there. So you want it to like flow on the pads. We have to check it. Yeah, you see it's not flowing around there. This is like funny. I've never seen this kind of not flowing solder. Look. Yeah, and whoever said floss, yeah. But this should work, right? So let's see if we can just. So I'm at a bit of an angle now. So I don't really see good. So I need a third hand again, annoyingly. But let's see if we can. I can like rotate this one. Come on, it's so tightly. Well, like this maybe. There. So now we can see with the microscope, right? So there.
VR Mechatronics says, LED diode.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. Hi, VR. Hi. How are you doing? Getting some summer light. Some good weather? Have you went outside to Denmark? So let's see if let's put a put a tiny bit more lead here. There. Let's see about the other one. If I do it this angle, come on, we want you to go around there, not just be attached to one side. Let's just put more solder on there too. So you see, that's what I talked about, you know. When I remove the soldering iron, it's like it gets stuck on there, which is not what I want. Oh my god, it's so hard to move slow enough there too.
Today I'm testing Bluetooth headphones and writing a program in Python.
So can you see the hole there in solder? It's very odd. So I'm going to actually touch this bit again. Bluetooth headphones, nice. So are you doing Bluetooth in Python? Because that's kind of fun too. So I'm going to try and touch it from the other direction, because I want to know that there's not a hole on the other side, you know. So let's see if I can get the angle right here. Nah, I can't. I'll have to lift it up a bit. Let's just look at the other side. We're still just all over the place here. So let's see, where's the board? There is the lead. Oh well, we'll have to say good enough for this horrible solder. Let's do the thing to turn this on, right? And these LEDs are not at all the same. They're not the same exact size, you know. They're the same diameter. They're not the same in anything really. But if we turn the batteries on here now, we should have 2 lit LEDs instead of one that's dead, which is good. Do you notice how it's turning off and turning on depending on where I am with this? So if this one will actually work, so let's see here. So the interesting bit now is if I hold it over the paper here, so it's supposed to react differently to dark and light stuff, right? And that's the point of it. So if I so I'm thinking, should I replace the other LED too? As you can see, they're not the same brightness, you know? But in this direction it looks the same, but not from the side.
I have MP3 and PDF files. I make a transcription from Polish to English PDF, each sentence alternately as text PLN, then I record a new MP3 with text markers for GPT-4o, this way I can ask questions for the chat about the MP3 I listen to in English while riding a bike and walking in the park. Al in Python.
Oh, cool. MP3 and PDF files. Translation or Polish to English. So are you making the translation or are you asking ChatGPT to do it? I know that you like to translate yourself, right? To understand it. Python did, okay. But Python didn't do it. Some library for Python did it, right? So what translated? Now it disappeared from there, but I can see it's still over here.
Python did.
PLEN. OpenAI.
Yes,
yeah.
OpenAI
So then it's still
library.
ChatGPT that did it, but you did do it through Python. Yeah. Yeah, so before my test API key expired, I played around a tiny bit with that, but it expired very quickly. On time, because I wasn't doing it that intensely. So, right, I didn't remove the legs. Let's remove the legs. I don't think we shorted anything though, so I don't think it matters. We could have shorted itself though. I don't think so. I would have noticed it not being on. Let's turn it on just to make sure that it has the same brightness as it did. Yeah, so it was still the brightest of them. It looks the same this way, but it doesn't really on the side. And with my eyes, it's this one is actually brighter here. So.
But I need use Python on my CPU because GPT don't have access to library on browser.
I need use Python on my CPU because GPT don't have access to. Okay. Yeah, so we want to connect the other one too now so we can test more. But we can see here how the LEDs go, you know, because when I cover this, no, I can see this LED going on and off. So
in
it's
cmd
so
pip
funny.
install whispers OpenAI.
So when I turn it upside down, this LED goes off. I mean, yeah, it's bright light there. And then it turns off. Yeah, this was funny before too, I know. But I thought that now when we have LEDs on both sides, so it's at least has light, so when I cover them, both are on. So if they will get bright light, they will turn off then. It shouldn't both. So we have a bright light up there, we have a bright light on that side too, and on that side. If I turn it down so it's darker, it turns on. So it's definitely not the directionality, but the light source. Bright light on that side. Oh, we have the other one now. This one actually turned off for a tiny bit. I think you noticed also the motor stopped. Yeah, we will need to attach the other motor too, right? So we can see, isn't the third one pretty too? Yeah, so when I cover this one, it actually stops, meaning it would turn this direction. Meaning if it passes over the line, it's supposed to turn this direction, meaning it should work. So now this one is off. Why? If I cover this side,
Opinion
it turns
says,
the other way.
Hello.
Yeah, so I don't know if you saw that. So one, it's always one. So one or the other. So maybe if we put the other motor there and put it on a line, it will work now. So maybe we don't have to replace the other LED, and maybe the other components are actually okay. But I didn't see anything really reaction from covering this one. And if I attach both, it will be a bit messier. But anyway, the tape is so bad, so I can just remove them again, you know. Okie dokie. So bye bad LED. I should almost test it with nothing attached to though, right? Nah, it's in the trash now. I can't see it. Hello, welcome in. Yeah, so we have been replacing a LED here. It's not the same color now, though. This is a red light. I didn't have any clear ones. So we have another one here in case we need to fix the other one. And the cable on the side was so bad, so we're going to replace it with a new one. And I have a tiny drawing for myself here how to put them. So we're going to get some new cable and fix it.
Robotidate. Jishiki or mot koki or shikakit konai yos kivitsukeru.
Translated from Estonian.
Try again.
Oh my. If it's Japanese, you need to write in
73,500
hiragana.
so it's a robot. Be careful not to launch attacks with a sense of self-consciousness.
Translated from Japanese.
yeah. So you can't do Romaji.
No.
Yeah. Oh.
Ha ha ha.
Translated from Tagalog.
So, yeah, this is a very intelligent thing. It has this advanced chip here, which is very, very advanced. It's not a processor, in other words. So, let's see. It is a...
Okay, actual input.
Here's the fine logic. LM393,
Are a
possibly?
robot. Be careful it doesn't become self-aware and launch an attack.
Yeah, so my problem right now is I don't know Chinese here, but let's see here. I see you. Yeah, 393. So, well, it's supposed to go around and around there. That's the extent of it, right? So we need to get a cable. Do I need to go?
That
for
was an example of lost in translation.
Yeah. So let's see. Do you know Japanese? So I don't think I have any cables here. I might. Yeah. Of course I have cables. Maybe we even have something in
No,
here.
I used Google Translate.
Yeah. All right, look here. Do you know what this is? Do you know what this is? I think it's the exact same motor. No, it's not the exact same, but let's compare these. You know, I think it's the same servo as these. Let's let the microscope check this out here. Right, so if we can see.
Kitty says.
MG96.
Noiki one high.
Translated from Estonian.
Maybe we can
Opinion
fix the
says.
robot too.
I just like the Japanese word for robot. Robotidate.
Okay, so MG90 and SG90. So the servo
hello.
motor underneath
Translated from Japanese.
here, this one is broken from chat. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, the cable here got stuck. I wasn't at home. I had it in the background of my live running stream. And when I turned off the stream, I let this be on, you know? And it got stuck like this, and the servo like broke from trying to turn it for half an hour or something. So it's probably like plastic just ground down to nothing. So it can turn one direction, but not the other. But I think this is the same size. and possibly has the same functionality. So let's try it later and see if we can just... The problem is we need to unscrew. The whole thing is mounted on this. The tiny screw, can you see? The full robot is on this tiny screw there for this servo. I wouldn't say this is a nice design, right? So the full weight of the thing is on this. So when it lifts, you know, something, it's also on that tiny screw. So will we
VR
trash
Mechatronics
this one
says,
too from this?
wrap the cables together with a spring from a pin, fix it. Wupinion
Yeah,
says,
yeah. So you see, I have
How you
attached
doing,
them
Nori?
a bit here. I should have attached them more. But now we'll have to replace this one anyway. So next time I'll take another strap and I'll just put it like this or something so it doesn't happen. And maybe the others too. It needs to be able to turn though, you know. Maybe a bit of this. It's for the extend bit here. Yeah, so I'll probably do something like this with it when we've fixed it. Yeah, let's do
VR
that.
Mechatronics,
Let's
that's a
finish
great
this
idea.
and let's fix this one later because this is a quick fix. I think this one will work with the program and everything. If it doesn't, we'll notice, you know? We don't have to Google it. I think it's... those are 180 degrees. I would assume this tiny thing with all plastic gears and everything. So let's see if we can... Maybe this angle. Here you can see all the plastic in there. So the other one has definitely won't look like this. Will be like odd.
You can get shrink wrap as well if you have a heat gun and are careful not to melt a hole in your robot lol.
Yeah.
Kitty
So it's
says,
kind of plastic.
I'm okay, little
plasticky.
nervous currently as taking part in DJ event in 2 hours. Noiki
Oh,
Wanuf.
cool, Nori, cool. Congratulations on joining and just send me a link or something, you know? Share it. And have fun.
VR Mechatronics says, or cut plastic bottle form
Well, it's
sprite
just
and wrap strips.
I have an actual... it came with extra ones, but I have more, you know? So we can just put a few stripes on there. I just thought I could like leave it for a bit. But it apparently I should have done it before. So before was a good thing. So these were not a cable I could use, but we found this. So that's good. Yeah, I do have more stuff in the drawer.
Wupinion says,
At oh wow, good luck, Nori.
So are these too thick, maybe? Yeah, I think most of my cables are that thickness. Oh, let's see here. By the way, I'm curious now. What did I have here? So upside down.
VR Mechatronics even better. I saw a guy converted an old 3D printer into a machine that turns bottles into filaments for 3D printing. And it really strong.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so we'll have to play with these things too later. A 555 there. Oh.
What are these
What's on
chips?
top of a box? So I didn't know. That's why I looked. Let's see. I'm going quickly to the other room and get some more cables. So I might have thinner ones.
Kitty says,
Wapinyin, how are you today?
VR Mechatronics says, I mean lick this form strips, web link. Woopinion says,
And not bad, thanks. I'm just working on some code in Docker, dusting off my really out-of-date Python skills, haha.
IoT says, best viewers on, web link. Yelia says, best viewers on, web link. Woopinion says,
Oh,
Mod
seriously?
spammer.
2 of them at once. I've had like 1 per stream at most. I'll have to add something to remove those messages. It's like sometimes they pop up. So, well, let's see here. Something in this kind of... We don't need really these, right? So let's see. Different. But I'm thinking we could just take 2 of those. They are kind of like thicker, right? Or we could just take normal cables. They're wider. So these are so much sturdier than the ones that came with it. I mean, the quality difference. I don't know if you can see here the... Let's see. Come on, I'll have to focus. Focus. Like, you see how much thicker these thin ones are from the ones that came with it? That just broke? Oh!
VR Mechatronics says,
Okay.
fix it, I mean like this form
used
strips,
glitch.
web link.
Oh my. Again. So I'm just waiting for the USB to hop back here. What happened? Let's check the status of the phone. It's turned off. So
Woopinion says,
that's odd.
I reported them to Discord for you, fix it, and I blocked them. Not Discord,
Okay,
Twitch, I mean
thank
lol.
you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm going to just make a streamer bot thingy to remove all messages with that text. So it's, you know, they always say the same thing. Best viewers on. So I'll just remove that. And maybe everything that's cut.li too. So I'll just have to do it. But let's not do it now.
Kitty says,
I'll go get another
But that is where all the best viewers are.
So let's see. We want to. I need to get a camera here or a phone. So we have an S6 starting here. This is an S7, and it's so overheated, but it also ran out of power. So 1%. Let's charge it. actually, when I charge it on a full dedicated charger, it doesn't run out of power, it's just crazy overheated. So maybe I will pull the power cord I have up here to there instead. So this is my kid's phone. I'm borrowing his old one. It doesn't have any battery or anything, but he still wants it in his room. There. So it's fully charged. And it will connect to the same. That's how Arian works. It will just continue as if nothing had happened. As long as I manage to put the cable in there. It was there. So, different phone, same phone holder. There. So now the other one's charging, so I need to get something else. So we have this to fix too. This is my kid's USB. Though I actually got him a new one, but it's like not very sturdy. It bends. You know, I'll check it out under a microscope in a bit. So we need two short. So let's just cut the ends of these. Yeah, those are tiny ones. Those are not attached. Well, I had a lot of those too. Let's see what I have the most. These.
What you mean? Just be careful, pythons are very strong.
And those are longer, especially. So these are so nice. I have them with like tiny signs there. So let's see. Two big things in there. So here we have two that are actually, well, three. Well, let's get two new then. We need only short ones. And we'll just cut the ends off. So this is long enough for this. So they are like this, but they're still attached a bit. That could be nice here, you know. So these were totally loose and I just wound them together. So of course we could have done that too. Anyway, so this end where I had the white to the downside. So we're going to start touching it here because it's a mess. And there will also be old bits left of the old cable that just tore off from being too tiny and weak. So this was not even finished, but still it tore off. So, and this is the solder, the odd solder. So I guess we will just like
VR Mechatronics says, my godness, fuel rise up 66% in 1 year in USA from $2.34 per gallon to $3.40. Shock.
Isn't it like gone up everywhere? So it's gone up a lot here, of course, too. Why is it so blurry? Isn't it very blurry? Is it just dirty?
Woopinion says,
I was just going to ask that. Would you fixed it?
There. Yeah, so I just clicked on the top of the screen so it focuses. Yeah. But I thought it would autofocus if I did this, but it didn't. I had to click on top of there.
It's the focus, I think.
So now you have my fingerprint. I think it's this finger. So
Fixed.
let's see if we can just get some. Let's actually full screen microscope this. And I'm going to put this more on top here so we can see better. And maybe angle this. I'm holding this bit so it's not just so flimsy. Oh gosh, this is annoying. Angle down, please. Rotate.
Biometrics saved.
Yeah, so let's see now. So if I just melt this, will stuff just fall out of here? This giant blob.
Thanks for the fingerprint.
So we actually melted the plastic a bit there too. Not so nice. It smells bad. And the other side has a lot of solder too. Let's see if I can manage without touching a lot of things with a soldering iron. I don't want it to melt.
Whoops.
Let's just get the solder off like this. So there. This is like a lot. Didn't fall out there. So let's do this side.
A mini robot solderer would be great for this sort of thing.
Yeah. So let's see, did we get the hole there? Yeah. So so this is actually not the one that should have that. Okay. So let's see. Let's cut a bit off. Let's a kind of long bit of this one. So these are still cheap Chinese cables, but they're like bought separately, right? Not together with anything else.
Like a Tesla factory that make cars for mice.
Did I like leave a lot of it in there? No, I don't think so. How does this look? I think this is a bit sturdier than the other one, but not much, so we'll see. At least it's a new one.
Are you tinning the copper on the wires first?
No. Let's see. Maybe I should. Let's just see if I can get about the same length there, but why didn't it cut off this one? Couldn't even feel where
that
I
can
had
help
been
you
cutting.
get a good contact.
Yeah, so the contact is not the problem. The problem is that it just the other one, the thinner one, it just broke off. So it wasn't the connection. The connection worked. So these are still very thin. These are not even supposed to be exposed, you know, because they were in the connector ones. We could get something like this instead. Like this is thicker, and this is just one These might be better for this actually, because they're not supposed to go back and forth. They're just going one way here, and then yeah, that's it. You know. These are also bent kind of funnily here. Well. As long as
yeah, and the plastic melts easily. Soldering wire is always tricky.
Yeah, especially these I thought they were thicker because of their width, but it's apparently mostly plastic. Which is nice if they're like connected and done, you know, as they were before I broke them. They're really thin in the middle still, but not as the other ones. So
adverts. But keep going.
I'm keeping going. So it's not like you're missing much here. Possibly missing me.
I will let you know when they are over.
Thank you. Everybody has different lengths of ads. So why didn't I manage to cut that? Felt the metal there. There. I don't want to cut too far. Yeah. So this plastic is much thicker than the other one. So, right, so I made one side extra long and then I made the other ones too by mistake. Well. So,
okay, adverts are over.
Welcome back. And I think everybody's ads are different, you know? Someone might get 2 seconds of ads, someone might get 3 minutes of ads. So I'm just going to actually twist this a tiny bit. And let's...
And I still have no need for Veet Expert.
Okay, so that's what you got. I've got an, like, anti-aging cream for men and all the stuff, you know? But sometimes it's interesting things. Rarely, but mostly I don't get ads, but... So, let's...
Lol.
So, I need better eyes here. Come on, here. In there. Yep. And let's like fold it on the middle. Yeah, so these are much sturdier than the other ones. Much. So, very pretty, right? I've totally failed there. Let's redo. So, back a bit. So at least we have something here too.
My close eyesight started to fail me recently. It makes it much harder to work now because I'm short-sighted as well.
Oh, okay. So mine started like a year ago or something to get worse. It's just a close thing. So this is really helpful now. But this is kind of tiny anyway to look at. But it's really annoying, and I'm like, oh, poor people who had bad eyesight all their lives. Because I just said okay. I remember doing one of those test machines, like when I was in school and there was some fair or something, And they had this machine testing your eyesight, and it gave me 2.0 then. So let's just stretch this a bit with this one. So it is like, I'm actually going to keep that there. So just stretching them a bit. So last time I made a mess of it. So let's see here if we can. Maybe easiest to move the microscope a tiny bit here. There. So now I have this on one of my screens.
I like the idea of keeping the wires under tension.
Yeah, because otherwise they would have just fallen out. So it's not a choice. And I always make like this. You can't see it now. Thing with the. And this is a bad solder. Okay, so though we can see how it's kind of messy here. Let's make it a big like solder blob here now. Let's move that thing out of the way. So let's see if we can't melt as much things here now. Come on. Oops. My God. So this solder is really annoying, especially since it's stuck there now. Come on. Yeah, my goodness. So this is, if I had been looking with my eyes directly, it would have been much easier. I would like this to travel up the wire, but this solder is bad. Maybe if I just keep it there.
Yeah, it's kind of like tinning in situ.
Situ. Let's see. What direction do we want them to be? This is maybe not the good direction, really. Maybe they should be like the other way.
In place.
Yeah. But this solder doesn't really
is what I mean by in
flow.
situ.
Okay, so it doesn't really flow, this solder, and that means it also doesn't travel up the wire, and, well, so, with the last solder you could, oh my God, that's, what? Let's just get rid of it. So I should look what I'm doing. It's like the angles, it's hard to see when it's not 3D, you know. Yeah, so that's what the eyes are annoying for. So if I could see this with my eyes, I wouldn't have any problem with that. Yeah, so this one actually
good
did
enough.
travel a bit.
The contact will probably snap before that comes loose.
No, I don't think so, because the wire is not that thick. I would like this one to travel up there a bit more. Actually burn it a bit, it's okay. But it doesn't flow up the wire, do you see? It doesn't, it's just there in a big blob. So it doesn't flow, the solder, it's so annoying. I don't think I need more than 386 degrees, you know. So let's look at it in different directions here. So you see it's not even flowed to the underside of the wire. This one is just a big blob with them going all over the place. Well, whatever. They won't touch anything else, it's okay. You know, if this was something I was careful about, I would have put 2 separate wires and would have put like shrink tube on here and stuff, but not for this. So now I'm going to look at my cheat notes here. So let's see, we have I put red on top and white on the bottom here. So white is not white because we have black now, so I went black for minus. That's since we had the red, I used red for plus. So white is not the white here now. So the white is the red, meaning it goes to the top one here. So let's just put it like this. And let's see if we can microscope this thing too. So there somewhere.
Yeah, it's fine for a prototype. We all take shortcuts to get stuff done, D.
Yeah, but this is not really, it's just like a tiny... This was supposed to be more like solder for fun thing, you know? Not really useful for anything. Maybe learning a bit of electronics. But I'll have to look at the paper. Let's take an image of it and like read it really later. But first I'm just going to put these here. And I've been doing this for so long, it's crazy. This should have taken like 5 minutes. So now I have the other motor in the way here, so I'll have to come from this direction. So now the problem here now is this. I think I'll actually remove this old solder. I think so, yeah. Let's... So... It's not a lot, but it's like... Maybe you can see it.
Yeah, but you have us distracting you in the chat also, so you can be forgiven for taking longer, lol.
Okay. Oh, this is annoying. It moved just... The problem with this kind of section, you know, is that it moves the thing you're... So, if you don't have anything really to keep it steady with... And these don't have holes, it's just pads. So, let's just quickly put some new on here. I could have just added some too. So I don't want it to be like there forever before we do something. So white to what says red, and that one I want actually to twist a bit more. I can't see that at all with my eyes, that it wasn't twisted. It's too tiny. So now this is at least a bit more flossy. So last time I didn't do it like this. Last time I just had the cable held in one of those holders, and this one needs more twisting too. So annoying. I thought I saw that this one was okay. So also I would have liked the solder to flow up there into the wire more here on these, but it's just like good enough kind of crappy thing. Oh no, it rotated, so it's not far enough into the solder there, and it's all bent and everything. So well, oh my god, this is so crooked, and at least I can fix it now. So you can see how it's moving around on the desk, right? So seriously, this flows so very well, this solder. Come on. I am touching there. So, okay. Trying to make it flow a bit, no. So now it was hot enough to stay warm a bit longer there. Come on, can you go up there a bit? No, I don't wanna. Well, what do you think?
Heat the wire, not the solder.
Yeah, so I was heating the wire too, but it doesn't help.
Here it goes.
So you saw how long it was, right? How long it was liquid after I released it. So all of it, both the wire and, you know, the wires are hot too. So this is how I usually do it with the solder. I make like one of these things. Just roll it on my fingers, I twist it, and then I
and the plastic will melt first, lol.
Yeah. So I think you can see the white one, at least it's melted a tiny bit there. But I would like more solder on here. I'm like almost thinking, let's get the leaded one. The leaded solder. Is that cheating?
It's the solder I'd buy some fresher stuff and spend a little more on some good stuff. Fresher.
Yeah, so I think it's not that it's bad. Let's see. Yeah. So let's take a little bit of this one. So we will get shinier, nicer.
Yay.
And this is thinner too, I think. So let's just see if this helps get it like a bit onto the wire too, because I think it will just tear. Not that it'll go back and forth a lot, but still, you know. Let's give it a few extra seconds here. So, let's see.
You could see it was taking age to melt.
Yeah. Can you see the difference? At once, instantly, it just flows.
That's better.
Yeah. So now it has hopefully a bit. We can see the plastic really melted there too. But we can also see that it's not really attached to the other solder here, even though it touched. And I melted both.
Well, we all learned today the importance of quality materials.
Yeah, but that's, you can't really, you shouldn't use leaded solder, you know. You shouldn't. So, let's.
Ha ha ha.
Translated from Tagalog.
So let's. So it's a lack of 3D on the flat image that I'm like. So is this? I didn't even realize I was underneath there, because it's just all flat. So when I look with my eyes, I can see it once, that where it is. But I need to be kind of close to this, because it's... So this drop will just flow into here anyway.
Greta Thunberg enters the chat and protests at your soldering.
Yeah, probably. So now the plastic is really melted there. Okay, so why do we have a lot of beeps? It's probably that phone, right? I started it, so that's why. So now we have like the wire is. You can see the plastic there too. It's, yeah. Now the problem is that the motor is really supposed to be like this, right? So we want it to go in this direction there then. So in front of the car, we can see this wire. I shouldn't really touch it, right? It will just pop off. So if we can bend this like this, but without getting on top of that, and we peel this thing off, and let's attach it here, and not so it touches the back there too. So it's actually resisting me doing this now. So first of all, that needs to be a bit more forward than it says on the image. There. So this is the first time we actually have two wheels on there. So I'm turning the soldering iron off for a bit. So instead of a O, okay, waiting for the camera. Seriously? Okay. I think it overheated. It's hotter than the soldering iron. Yeah, so this is a problem. And I'm going to work around this now. Let's see here. So we have this cable here. And it comes from where? There. So this has power. This phone will continue working. Incorrect pin code. Oh my god. So when you have two phones with different pin codes, you know, I entered. Also, this is like, this cable is straight. The other one I usually use is angled. So now we'll be a bit in a different position here. Let's see. Something like that, maybe. So we have a long cable just hanging here. Let's see, put it behind my screen at least. So workarounds for the workarounds. It's already cooler, but yeah. That was nice to touch. So let's remove some of this. We should look at this one, and we should fix the robot. So it became a fixed stuff stream, which is nice too. I was thinking cybersecurity, but we ended up here. So we should do some cybersecurity electronics too, of course.
Bang, crash off camera cartoon sound.
Yeah. So if this works, I would be like so surprised. Yeah, so I don't really think this will work. Yeah. Because the only light these sensors reacted to was when I turned it up to the bright lights. Did you see that? That it actually... You see it reacts to that light. The big purple light I hope here. So I think I don't want to replace this LED now. I think this is how good this happens to be, you know? We could probably fix it by like changing components and stuff. But it drives, we can use this to build something more fun, right? Our own electronics to use with this board. And we might just make holes in it and do stuff. And make our own things with this. So it doesn't even have a wheel here. So it would go, if it ends up on the keyboard, what happens? Yeah, it just tries to continue somehow. But the motors seem to work, though I think one wheel was... This is kind of crooked. You can see how it goes back and forth. There's no way to fix it. It's just like this.
That's a unique way of delivering a payload fix-it. An IRL Trojan horse.
So I think these are supposed to be adjustable though, so... Maybe it is so it just goes straight, because it doesn't. Let's just play with one of them and see what happens. Yeah, so let's put one of our USBs here, right? That gives us a little shell. Let's see if we can attach them here. Here's the box. So I think I can open it over here. So let's get a screwdriver, flat one. So if I turn this all the way, first of all, let's see if we can make it even react at all to this that it's supposed to be. Now it's turning all the time there, right? So if we turn it all the way other way, oh look, now it's turning. So a bit too much maybe, but definitely we're getting somewhere. So if I hadn't realized these were here,
yeah,
it tried,
like a horse, and then when it's close to a computer it a 2D2s the USB with malware or something lamau.
Closing your I was like, R2D2, what? Oh, okay. So they're both all the way to the right now. But it can't do that turn, right? It started. It can't really do it. Come on,
look forward
you
to
did it
seeing
just
it
a
at
bit
the next
ago.
DEF CON.
Can it turn the other way at all? Oh, so let's turn this one down. So we do have the different LEDs still, right? But I don't think it's worth experimenting a lot with this. So, cheap AliExpress kit. The battery holder was actually extremely good at holding the batteries. So I'll have to see, not even I had to put this one here. Let's see, where is the tiny switch that was broken? I might have thrown it out now. Here it is. So this was supposed to be on there. You click and it does. There's no connection between any legs wherever you put it on or off here. So bye bye. It's almost you want to open it and see how could they have manufactured something that didn't work. Well, the LED didn't work either. There might be other components here that doesn't do what they're supposed to. The electronics might not do work as they're supposed to. Well, both motors work. Some part of the logic
Where did you
works.
get the kit from?
It's AliExpress. It was probably very cheap, like $2-3. What do you think? So I'm thinking we're done with this for today at least. So let's unborrow this one. So it's where it's supposed to be. And let's put these back there. Let's throw that thing away. Let's just compare these solders, see if we can see any difference. Can you see difference between these? I think this one is like a different color, right? It's more yellow. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's the amount of it. Well, so let's throw those away. Let's keep this lead with the car. That's if we want to make it like have two similar ones, right?
No,
let's
it's
quickly.
more yellow.
Yeah, it looks like it's more yellowish. So the instruction with the